Welcome to Council Connection. I'm Dean Brookie, Mayor and Durango City Councilor. This program is designed to give you a snapshot of the happenings at the most recent Durango City Council meeting. This time we look at the March 16th meeting. Third time's a charm for a major local development. I'll have more on that coming up. But first, we began this meeting with 3 proclamations. First, we declared March 29th as Vietnam War Veterans Day.
March the 29th of 1973 was the date that the last of the U.S. combat troops returned home. The initial date of the conflict is dated from 1955, when President Eisenhower appointed the commission to help train the Army of the Republic of Vietnam. So this war lasted for 18 years. Vietnam War Veterans Day commemorates the sacrifices of these veterans and their families, and is part of a national effort to recognize these men and women who were denied a proper welcome upon returning home so many years ago.
Our second proclamation declared March COVID-19 Month of Remembrance for those who lost their lives to the pandemic and those who sacrificed to protect the health and safety of the community. We then declared March 20th as La Plata County Ranching, Livestock, and Median Day.
The urban and rural divide is a real and problematic issue. So when the governor of our beautiful state, whose second largest industry is agriculture, proclaims a meat-free day, days before the annual Colorado Ag Week, it not only sends a hurtful and disrespectful message to the agriculture industry, but empowers those in the urban areas to continue dismissing the needs and concerns of this industry. A local proclamation by this council would send a unifying message of importance of agriculture in our community and the great state of Colorado. It is important that we begin to appreciate and celebrate our diversity, which brings unity to our community.
Next, Parks Director Kathy Metz updated Council on the upcoming season for the Lake Nighthorse recreation area. Changes this season result from 2020 data and 2 public meetings specifically on wakeless uses. Changes include an increase in operating hours, establishment of more motorless area on the lake, construction of new non-motorized craft launch ramp, and new wakeless and quiet times and days.
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from opening, because that does change depending on the season, to 10 a.m. And you may wonder, why did we pick 10 a.m.? Usually by 1 o'clock, there aren't many paddlers on the lake because it's too windy. And so we'd like to save those coveted hours in the early morning for the paddlers 3 days a week. And many people said in our public engagement meetings that if you simply get the safety concerns addressed at the boat ramp, give a separate launch, add more no-wake zones, that satisfied the majority of the people that were at the meeting.
We had 1 legislative hearing on adoption of the Midtown Urban Renewal Plan, which is designed to stimulate private investment in the near north side area of downtown.
This area has a lot of opportunities for some of our top priorities, including housing, workforce housing. Its location offers walkable development and opportunities for transit and multimodal options. We do have some needed infrastructure improvements, and that's where the URA can be a partner.
Later in the meeting, councilors approved a tax increment financing agreement, which sets aside increased tax revenues generated in the area to help finance the public improvements for up to a 25-year period. 3 quasi-judicial hearings were on this agenda. One was for preliminary development for 16 homes along Rosemary Lane, west of downtown. The developer is planning for possible accessory dwelling units in each home, as well as solar power.
We're attempting to make this project be net zero energy and have it be one of the first, if not the first, net zero energy subdivisions in Southwest Colorado.
Another quasi-judicial hearing was for the Cummins addition, proposed for vacant land at Florida Road and Colorado Avenue. It's the 3rd time this development has been before council, which requested in January that city planners rethink traffic patterns to eliminate the cul-de-sac and reduce impacts on the neighboring Ryler Park area.
This is the revised site plan. It's fairly similar to the one council saw last August, in that there is a through street between Colorado and Ryler, and the number of units in the development initially was 37. It was revised down to 35. And now it's up to 40.
The proposal was unanimously adopted, but will be back before council later for additional approvals. Also at this meeting, Council approved a reorganization of the city management structure requested by Manager Jose Madrigal, and we approved the city's 2021 strategic plan. Don't forget, the deadline for Durango City election ballots to be received is April 6th at 7 p.m. 7 candidates are on the ballot for 3 open city council seats. There's also a ballot question concerning an increase in the local lodgers tax. You can drop off your ballot in person at Durango City Hall, 949 East 2nd Avenue, or use any of our 3 24-hour drop-off locations. The La Plata County Administration Building, 1101 East 2nd Avenue, the La Plata County Clerk and Recorder, 679 Turner Drive, Suite C, and at Fort Lewis College, 1000 Rim Drive. If you have questions about voting, getting a ballot, or anything else, you can visit durangogov.org/election. Email ballot@durangogov.org or call 970-375-5010. If you are mailing your completed ballot, make sure you do so by March 26th, so it arrives by the April 6th deadline. Here are some reminders about some other upcoming events. Durango Parks, along with several other sponsors, is having an Easter egg coloring contest for children ages 1 to 8. The deadline to submit pictures is April 1st. All the rules and coloring sheet can be found at radiodurango.com/e. Residents are invited to learn about the 2021 plan for mitigating fire risk in Durango during a virtual meeting Wednesday, March 31st from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. Fire experts will present information about the plan and answer questions. A link to the meeting is available at durangogov.org/zoom. And don't forget, Durango's 5-week spring cleanup begins April 5th. Please don't start putting out items until a week before your scheduled pickup. All the details can be found at durangogov.org/cleanup. Our next study session will be Tuesday, March 23rd at 4 p.m. Our next regular council meeting is Tuesday, April 6th at 6:30 p.m. Agendas for meetings are posted at durangogov.org/meetings. And that's Council Connection for the March 16th Durango City Council meeting. I'm City Councilor and Mayor Dean Brookie. Thanks for joining us, and remember, you can always contact your city councilors via email at citycouncil@durangogov.org.